Cancer is when people get sick, and it can be like in any part of your body. I don't think it can spread over people or over your body, but I think it can spread over your body, but not over other people. And I think it's just when you really get sick and then you have to take a few things out of you or whatever's being really annoying to you. And it can go on for a long time. And so my mom has a really rare one that nobody really knows about, even the doctors. Great! Oh, great.
I'm a 3-time adrenal cortical carcinoma cancer survivor. I was diagnosed in 2000. The first time I had cancer, I had some unusual symptoms and had been going to the doctor trying to figure out what was going on. And the doctor kind of blew off a lot of the symptoms and put me on some medicine and said, "You'll be fine." One of my symptoms was hair growth. And at the dinner table one day, my daughter looked at me and she said, "Mommy, look, you have a mustache just like Daddy." And that was kind of a clue that I don't care what the doctor said, things were not normal. He, said the medicine would fix things, and it wasn't. So when I went back to him, and he was kind of telling me that I was crazy, and I was saying the hair growth is getting worse, and he was saying, "Oh no, if you were having problems with hair growth, it would look like this." And he pulled back his sleeve and he had this dark black hair on his arm. And I said, "But you don't understand, it's getting worse." And he said, "Fine." He said, "We'll redraw the hormones so that you can see everything's okay," because my hormones had been elevated. When they redrew the hormones, they found out that things weren't okay. The testosterone, which is the reason I was having hair growth issues, had shot up really, really high. So he ordered an MRI. In the meantime, he had been talking with doctors at Hershey Medical Center, and they had also recommended a pregnancy test just to make sure I wasn't pregnant, although I don't know how that would cause mustache growth, but needless to say. So the pregnancy test was negative, but the MRI was positive for a very large adrenal tumor. So I went to Hershey Medical Center, had my tumor removed, and after about 10 days of being there, because I had pancreatitis and I had to stay there for 10 days, the doctor came in one morning and said to me that I had adrenal cancer called carcinoma. And prior to having the surgery, I had done a lot of research because of the hair growth. And one of the things I remember finding in my research was adrenal cortical carcinoma. And I remember reading the website and thinking, wow, why would they say something that's terrible? Because what the website said was, if your hair growth was due to adrenal cortical carcinoma, then when they removed the tumor, the hair growth would usually improve. However, you usually died. And I thought, when I read it, before I knew that's what I had, I thought, wow, that's really harsh. And there I sat with a diagnosis of that exact cancer and 3 young kids. My kids were 3, 5, and 7. And I struggled for a while. It was very difficult. I would look at my kids and be terrified that I was going to die and leave them. But yet I'd look at my kids and think, I need to live for them. I decided that I could either live my life like I was going to die, or I could live my life like I was going to live. And I didn't want to look back if I lived and say, gosh, I wasted my life thinking that I was going to die. So at that point, I made a decision to live and started grad school, spent time with my kids, and tried very hard to enjoy every moment that I had.
Oh, that's cold up the back. It hurts me. It physically ails me. I forgot to do my legs. Oh.
Get off my phone.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, up. You didn't do your legs enough. Lay back. You gotta get rid of that snow in the middle.
I didn't do my head enough.
Oh no, you didn't. Where's your head? Thanks, Kim.
Whoa.
Angel, the headless horseman. There you go.
You missed Cam
Help
helping
me.
me up. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
You just wrecked your snow angel.
Almost. Jump! Jump! I remember staying at Grandma's house for a couple days when she was in the hospital getting the actual surgery. And then it was my birthday, the first round through. And I was turning 5, and I had made up a dance that I called it the 5-year-old dance. And I would go like, I'm 5, I'm 5. And then Kelsey pointed out that when I was going like this, it was like a 10. And that made me kind of sad. But that's really what I remember. In 2003, the cancer came back again. It was quite a shocker. I was really hoping it wouldn't. But I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, since the cancer is very rare, but it's also very aggressive. And I should have expected it to come back, but I had kind of convinced myself that it wouldn't come back. But the doctor said, the best thing we can do is take it out again. So I went and had it taken out again. And doctor said to come back just frequently and get scans. So I said, all right. And went about my life.
You look like spot.
Yep. Is it buzzing?
Yes, it actually is. Which I mean,
Quite a few years went by, and I had another child. She's now 8. And at one point, my doctor even looked at me one time and said, maybe this wasn't cancer. And I was really kind of shocked by that statement. And I guess the reason he was starting to wonder if maybe it was a misdiagnosis was because it should have come back, and it should have been aggressive. And I probably shouldn't have been alive at that point. But I figured, well, either I had cancer or I didn't, but I'm just going to have to keep living. So I did. And then in 2013, much to everyone's surprise, the cancer came back.
It's too dang cold.
Wait, how do you do that?
These are pretty rocks, though. Like this, watch, kind of, see how it bounces up.
Okay.
I guess a way for me to deal with her cancer is blacking it out. I guess because it was a bad time, and it's seeing my precious mother in a poor situation. I don't want to remember that.
I felt sad because she, when she left, to the hospital, I couldn't snuggle with her or hug her or kiss her. I had to stay on FaceTime for the whole night until Mom shut it off.
Hey, let's go to Antarctica.
It was a difficult surgery. Not that the other two were not, because they were, but with the last surgery, I ended up with pancreatitis, and the doctors didn't notice right away. I lost a lot of weight, and I was not myself anymore. So when I decided I needed to find a way to become part of the living again, because I felt pretty much just like a patient. And I hate running, and I hated it then. And actually, I still hate it now, but I find that when I run, I feel good about myself. I feel like I'm healthy, and I feel like I'm fighting the cancer. Exercising helps because it makes her feel stronger. I know when I run, it is like a way to relieve stress, and you feel good. You get like the runner's high. So she probably feels good about running. It's not easy to know that you have a disease that could kill you, but no one gets a guarantee in life. No one knows that they're going to wake up tomorrow. No one knows if they're going to come home at the end of the day. Accidents happen, things happen. I guess in a way I have kind of a more likely thing that could end my life, but no one gets that guarantee, so living like I'm gonna live is the way I need to do it.
Just spend a lot of time with them and get to have good memories.